There it go.
What up, world? It's your boy. What up? It's your boy Jay. Wish you down to the Winston. I can't even get out what I was supposed to say, but anyway, it is your boy Jake Wings. Let me try and do this again. I'm with my boy MC Bills, aka Casino Lex.
What's
Shouts to-
happening?
This is our first edition of Hip Hop Talk. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing more different stuff inside the vinyl talk. Me and Lex always did the podcast with Ray Ray. We just taking a little bit hiatus for a little bit. We'll be back on the podcast here soon, but we just want to do a hip hop talk for right now. You got
Man.
new music coming out, huh? Well,
Yes,
give
sir.
people the background about you, since, like, you know what I'm saying. This is kind of the first time you on the Wingstill channel, so.
Well, as he said, my name McBills, aka Casino Lex, aka it's too many others, so I ain't gonna go into all that. But I'm live from Cleveland. Used to be a Wu-Town native, Uh man, I don't know, man. I do a little bit of everything, you know. Uh been doing this music thing for too long.
20 plus, isn't it?
Man, we about there. We about there.
Now, a little backstory. Me and Lex known each other since the early 2000s and stuff. He was part of Face Down. He was part of my group called YTC back in the day. So he's been around. He was a youngin' when I met him and stuff like that. So he's been around me a long time before I got the grades and everything. I had the braids, the bald head,
I
fade
had
and
hair
everything.
then. I had hair then. It's gone now.
Well, like I said, me and him used to rap back in the day. I gave him the name Casino Lex. We were freestyling one time, and I said, "Oh, I got my boy Casino Lex." I don't know why I said casino, but it fit for a minute.
It did. I used to have a thing for the money. So.
But since this is the first, I have not did an episode in maybe a month and a half on YouTube. Like I said, we've been doing videos on Facebook, and I've been doing vinyl talk on Facebook, so that's why I haven't really been doing too much on YouTube, trying to get out on more platforms than anything like that. But I'm back now. My month's hiatus is over with, and so we back here, back in the building. Like I said, P Diddy, No Way Out, vinyl talk coming probably tomorrow. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift Tuesday, and
Okay.
then the new. Well, I got a new vinyl. Snoop Dogg Kool-Aid album came out 2016. That will be next weekend. So 4 videos in a matter of days. Trying to get back on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
As
let's
for
get
me,
into this hip hop talk. That's why we here.
man. So let's just start with the elephant in the room. Nas. Have you listened to the Nas album yet?
I
What do you think?
I think he's in the no, don't take this wrong what I'm about to say, but it's like he found a new pressure breath air.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's 52 years old and dropping albums like
I mean,
that.
yeah. I mean it.
I mean, a lot of people don't like Hit Boy's production, and you know, that's their opinions, but I think, like, from King Disease 1, 2, and the EP of Magic, you've seen the growth of them together. Like, you know
Mm,
what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of one producer on an album. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have multiple producers on an album
Yeah.
nowadays. But I like the album. Like I said, I'm probably gonna review the album. I'm probably maybe my sixth album of the year contender besides Kendrick.
For sure.
What do you think about the album?
Uh, it it was cool. It was a hit or miss for me, man. I feel like I'm not gonna say that Nas is too old to be making music. I
Is
think
this some of the
his time.
subjects
I
he
think the
talked about?
timing. I think his timing. I think Nas has been away for so long without making an impact with music. You feel me? Like when we was growing up, Nas was he was in the mix. But he's been gone so long, you see him here and there, but nothing that stuck. So it's kind of like it was a solid album because it was Nas, but it's not anything like even if Jay-Z dropped the album today, and we know Jay been gone for a little while as far as making anything outside of what he did with Wifey, but people are going to be like, Hove got an album out.
I don't know.
Uh, uh,
I think Nas fans are different than Jay Z fans because
oh, Nas fans are to the core.
yeah,
Yeah, or to the core. Yeah, but
but
I mean, just even still, like it just. I know a lot of Nas fans that's like, man, this just it wasn't it. And even with them, I think what it is it's just a lack of time. He's been gone so long to where if he ain't come out with the greatest album of the year, it wasn't gonna resonate for it to be Nas. You feel me? Like I think his name is bigger than what the album ended up being. Type shit. You feel me? Like when you hear Nas, you kind of expect it to be on a certain level. I don't think that the album got all the way there.
I think how he drops albums, he knows that his hardcore fan base is going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need a month or 2 months to drop a single video and do
Right.
the promotions. He kind of knows that now
Yeah.
well, I think you get an older audience, fan base audience, because like you gotta think about it. Nas's fan base is not 19 to 25 at
No,
all.
it's us.
Yeah, it is us. So like,
It's
but
us.
with us, it's different because we will go out and go purchase the album and listen to the album, not once, not on Spotify and stuff like that. Like, I got it on Spotify and everything like that. But I rather have a physical copy where I can listen to it
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, pick
Break
out
it
like,
down.
all right,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, all right, maybe this song didn't fit the album, but I understand why you put it on the album.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have filler songs. Every artist has songs that might not technically fit the album, but it's a reason why they put it on the album.
Right.
Yeah, I just
I think because it came out right before the what Halloween. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since it's been out. But no, like
uh-huh.
nowadays, like albums is not like meaningful. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I unfortunately going into the next artist, which kind of correlates with what you just said. I can't say that because what Offset, I mean, what Quavo and Takeoff was doing with the album they put out, that album had a meaning. It definitely had some meaning to it. It was a transitional album. You know how like when we look at sports and we see that next star up and coming, and it's like a passing of the torch after so long between the current star and the up and coming.
Right. It's just like Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. It used to be Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Right. Tom Brady has played enough to where we've seen the passing of the who's next. You know, we know that it's Patrick Mahomes. You feel me? As far as for the future, yeah, you got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. It's a lot of quarterbacks, but we know Patrick Mahomes is going to be that guy. You know, for the foreseeable future right now. That Infinity Links album was a passing of the torch. It was Takeoff's turn.
And like me and you talked about it off here. Migos, I did listen to them, and then when they got really too commercial, to me, my personal opinion, that's when I stopped listening to them. I think it was a Culture too around the time. I think it was more that like the situation was and I don't want to sound like I'm biased and I'm from Ohio and stuff like that, but you still there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Right. But like I couldn't get into Migos. I got into Bad and Bougie and stuff like that. Those songs and stuff like that, but I couldn't get into their album.
Right.
And it's not like I don't listen to down south music. And I don't want people to think that like, there's bias from up north and stuff like that towards down south rappers. I just they make good music, I'm not gonna lie. And once I saw the Drink Champs video before he got killed and everything like that, it gave me more of a different respect for him because he basically said like, I've been chilling. I've been letting like, playing the back role. Now it's time for me. And then when you hear somebody say that, you kind of feel like, all right, this might be their time.
Mm-hmm. And it was.
Yeah.
It was. And even when you listen to, if you go and listen to Culture 3, you can see the transition. Out of here. If you listen to Culture 3, Takeoff started to show himself then. All the way from what was that first song that dropped with the Papa was a Rolling Stone sample, the Migos. I can't think of the name of it right now.
The first song I heard was Versace. That was the first one, and I heard them on a couple of songs with Gucci and stuff like that.
You talking about back in the beginning?
See,
So look, if you go back to the very beginning of the Migos, it's always been Takeoff. It's always been Takeoff. Most of their hardest hooks as they were blowing up were Takeoff. And then he just so happened to be in a situation where he ended up missing the Bad and Bougie train, which is what really blew the door off for them. The fact that he wasn't on that song You know, they had Uzi on there.
Mm.
You know, and that was their first major hit for real. Like Versace was the thing, and you know they had other little stuff, Pipe It Up, uh, uh, Handsome and Wealthy. What was it? Was another fight night. They had a few. Commando. It was a few of them back then. But yeah, it's always been Takeoff. I used to tell niggas that shit. Like, bruh, like Quavo is the hook guy. Offset is kind of the all around. But if you looking for just if you looking for a nigga who spit bars, it was always Takeoff.
The whole J Prince situation, Jazz Prince, I'm not for sure which one it is, Junior
Junior.
or what,
It's
Junior.
supposed to be Junior, yeah.
Um, like I said, it's another sad situation seeing another black man dead over nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And the story is really only getting worse. From what I seen, it was a couple videos where it was Jay Prince Jr. was nigga showing untrustworthy side of himself and the way that he handled things. You feel me? So it's like, nigga, it could have easily went from 0 to 100 because he seems like the type of nigga that go from 0 to 100.
Right. I like at the end of the day, we weren't there. We see video clips and stuff like that, but it's just an eerie feeling like when you know so many rappers in the past like maybe 6 months to a year.
Yeah. Yeah, if we just go the last 5 years, it's been so many rappers that have been killed or shot.
Yeah, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like we talked about as a rapper back in the early 90s or 2000s, you didn't have social media. So when you moved, you post pictures, like, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you basically got to watch how you maneuver when you in different, and even in your own city too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Golf, Mo 3, you know what I'm saying? One dude from Baton Rouge.
Yep. King Vine.
Yeah, I mean, um, going on talking about Takeoff, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Jeezy's Snowfall album. What do you think about that?
Ain't that the one he dropped after the verses?
Now he just dropped this maybe a month and a half ago.
Okay, I haven't checked it out yet.
Hmm.
I I listened to the one he dropped after the verses that he did with Gucci. My only problem with Jeezy is his style is outdated now.
Somebody said that. There's like, and I get what they were saying. Like, Jeezy ain't changed his flow up since Trapper died.
You know, and it's not a knock to him. It's just that the way music has progressed, that just ain't in anymore. You know, so like I like it from a nostalgia factor. I know what I'm getting from
Right.
him. You know, so that's pretty much with any Jeezy project. I'm gonna go check out the Snowfall album, but yeah, I know what I'm getting with Jeezy. You know, so yeah, I see they just put out a song, another Dolph song
You think we're gonna get a new Dolph album before the end of the year or the first of the year?
I have a feeling we may not get a full album. It may be like a compilation type ordeal. Or we could quite possibly get some kind of form of like a him and Glock, like a Dumb and Dumber type of scenario.
Um, who's dropped something?
I mean, you got so we went over Infinity Links a little bit. If you haven't listened to it, you need to listen to it. For me right now, it may be the hottest album of the year so far. For me right now. We still got a little bit of time left in the year, but I'm going to say all around as far as videos, just quality of songs. I think all around they may have the best album this year.
I mean, like,
and that's hard because Kendrick, and that's hard because Kendrick.
I think so. All right, so we can talk about Kendrick, the Grammy situation. They put out the rap albums of the year by the Grammys, and they put Jack Harlow in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's 50 albums better than that guy.
You, I can't say what I want to say, but what I will say is,
That's bullshit.
yeah, it's we've seen that though we've seen this happen a lot, and unfortunately, it's going to happen again.
Well, people, all right, because I'm on Twitter and people got at me because I said, like, I can name like 20 albums better than that. Like, oh, but you gotta go buy record sales and, they're streaming. And I'm like, because I get it. Music is a young people's game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going out and go searching to go look for no Jack Harlow. I'm not a big Future fan, and people say he got album of the year. What's the difference between a Future album from 2014, 2015 to now?
I'll be honest with you, you'd miss some shit. You'd have been.
But I'm not into that ratchet music. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, like, if I'm out and I hear, like, a Future song when we out, yeah, that's cool and everything like that. But I'm not going to, like, if I'm sitting at home, I'm not listening to Future. No
Right.
offense to him, but, like, I want bars.
Right. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I would just say you missing some shit.
I probably have. I probably missed a lot of music that, like,
Yeah.
I probably would like, but, like,
It's
you
a
get in
good.
that bubble of music, like, all right, for instance, Taylor Swift, we were talking about her. I'm going to vinyl talk about her coming soon. First time I listened to her album was maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you see songs on videos, on the radio and stuff like that, but this new album of hers is different. It hit different to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that, how would you say it? Like that commercial bubblegum music, as they used to say back in the early, like the NSYNC and stuff. They would call that bubblegum music.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong, Teresa? The NSYNC like was like bubblegum pop music back in the day. And that's what Taylor Swift was like maybe a couple of years ago and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I agree.
I would call that, yeah, bubblegum type music. I get what you mean when you say it.
But like, you know, you get into that mood, like that bubble of music you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can go listen to Key Glock, and I can go listen to Mac Homie, or I can go listen to West Side Gun, and go listen to Willie the Kid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dad, should I just like
Give me 2 seconds, bro. Let me grab this.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Over here.
But like I was saying, I know you say you got some new music you about to drop. Go ahead and tell them about your projects you dropped already. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, you know, I have an album called Making McBillions. That's on Spotify. Yes. That's on you gonna get some later. You finna eat something. Kids get hungry fast.
And you know how it is. We got kids. I got kids here. I'm surprised one of them's been running around here. The other two chilling.
Man. But yeah, so I have an album called Making McBillions. That's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, you know, wherever you stream your music at, you can find that. I also have a single out called More Than a Game. The video for that is on YouTube. It's also streaming on all those platforms as well. Oh man. I have about 8 mixtapes that you can stream on app on bandcamp.com.
And check out Bandcamp. I mean, like I said this once before on one of my episodes. When you buy the album off of Bandcamp, it goes straight to the artist. There's
Yep.
no middleman,
No, nothing.
nothing. So if any artist, you know what I'm saying, wants to put music out, I would go with Bandcamp. You go with SoundCloud and all that stuff, but if you want the money directly coming to you and you put the price of the album, I buy albums off of Bandcamp myself. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And you
sir.
like not to cut you off, but you can't get on Spotify.
You have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay. You know, Bandcamp gives you a way of being able to make a profit off of your music without all of the steps you would have to take to put it on a Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal. Right now, I'm currently working on several projects. I'm waiting for a couple of features that I have in mind, and then I'm going to put out a mixtape. I want to say I'm going to put the tape out before the end of the year, but I think I'm going to hold off and drop it in the first quarter, in the first half of beginning of the new year. So maybe January, sometime maybe around Martin Luther King Day, something like that, somewhere around there. As I get closer, I'll have an exact date. But then we also have project that we've been talking about.
Right.
I ain't gonna speak on too much, but
Something's cooking up.
Yeah, the pot's bubbling.
The water's getting hot with the macaroni in there right now. You know what I'm saying? Got to stir it up a little bit.
Right. Hopefully in that process we could pull a couple other power moves, but we'll see. We ain't gonna talk too much about that.
Right. Right.
But sometime I want to say that be the end of the first quarter, second quarter, beginning of the second quarter next year.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have to get like Ryan on here soon and stuff like that. Do a little interview with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and you talk off camera and stuff, so like, you know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Yeah, he had no problem getting on, So I have a couple other people I'll be bringing along. And we're gonna make this hip hop talk. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna make this a good time.
Right. I mean, like, doing a hip hop talk and just talking about what's going on, current events is like important. Like, it makes us know like what's going on. Like, I'm not trying to be like a CNN or like a Vlad or anything like that, or academics.
Yeah, I'm not here to voice my opinion on other people's business. Talk about the music. That's that.
And there's a lot of local artists from Cleveland and Worcester, where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to get their music out there. So we're going to get them on here a little bit more and stuff like that. We were doing it on Facebook Live, but doing it on Facebook Live, you kind of get distracted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna let you tell a story, a hip hop story about me back in the day, if you got one.
Oh man, let's see. I mean, it's a bunch of them. We could, talk about the epic sessions that used to happen in the boom. A lot of people don't know about the dough.
Oh man, you know what? I totally forgot about that.
A lot of people don't know about at the dough.
Didn't the Vine? Wait a minute. Am I right? Didn't the Vine record us on that? He had the laptop.
Did we record at the dough?
Or did we record it at Uncle's house? I'm not for sure.
I don't. No, it wasn't at Unc house. Because by the time the boom came around, we weren't recording at Unc house no more.
Yeah, Donna shut that down. That's right. Too many viruses getting what was that? What was we using to record? It was something out of Radio Shack. Shout out to any cities that still got a Radio Shack.
There's still Radio Shacks out here?
I don't know. Y'all got a Radio Shack out there?
Hell no, I ain't seen the Radio Shack. No, how long?
But shout out to Radio Shack back in the day. Y'all don't know how much y'all saved us from spending like $100 on a microphone. We go out there and get a mic for $14.99.
Man. Boy, we was other shit. We was rapping on the computer mic.
Acid Pro, that's what it was called. That's what we were.
They sure the fuck was. I forgot all about Acid Pro.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Fruity Loop.
Man, niggas still make beats on them.
Hey,
to this day.
Do you remember the beat was the trash cans that I made with the bubbles?
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't never do that with it.
We did.
Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Oh,
See, we got to get that stuff. We got to show people where we was coming from.
I don't know who would have. I think my mom might have maybe a CD. But
Yeah, we got to